Michael Phelps is one of America's brightest stars in competitive swimming. This age group standout turned world champion has developed a style and competitive focus which has captivated the swimming world since he burst onto the international scene in August of 2000. Michael joined the world-famous North Baltimore Aquatic Club at the tender age of 7, and under the guidance of Coach Bob Bowman, has made an incredible climb to the top of his sport. He's known for his versatility, posting world-class times in all strokes and distances. He's known for his tenacious competitive nature and his unrelenting pursuit of his performance goals. As a 15-year-old, Michael shocked the sporting public by qualifying for the 2000 U.S. Olympic team. He was the youngest member of the U.S. delegation to Sydney and continued to impress by dropping his personal record in the 200-meter butterfly during each of his 3 Olympic swims. He finished 5th in the finals and established himself as a major player in butterfly competition. 6 months later, at the U.S. Nationals in Austin, Texas, Michael Phelps made history when he shattered the world record for the 200-meter butterfly and became the youngest male swimmer in history to set a world mark. At the 2001 World Swimming Championships, Michael won his first international medal and again lowered the 200 fly world record. He then returned home to win national championships in the 100 butterfly and the 200 individual medley. To date, he has established over 30 USA national age group records. Even though Michael is hard at work preparing to take on the world in the individual medley, backstroke, and freestyle events, he's still most famous for his butterfly. His unique style features 3 distinct components: 1, line or posture; 2, rhythm or timing; and 3, energy, training techniques. This video will explore each of these components. Before we go to the pool, let's meet Michael Phelps and his coach, Bob Bowman.
Hi, I'm Bob Bowman, and this is Michael Phelps, the youngest man ever to set a world record in swimming. Today, we're going to get to know Michael, find out what makes him tick, and take an in-depth look at his world-famous butterfly stroke. Michael, how did you get involved in swimming?
Well, I've always grown up around the pool, having 2 older sisters, both of them national level swimmers. I've always been poolside with them, watching them practices, meets, and I think when I was about 6 or 7, I decided to give it a shot and see what I could do.
You know, I understand that when you started swimming, you had a little trouble putting your face in the water.
I think so. I was a little scared, a little nervous about doing new things, and I definitely was a little scared, so I decided to start on my back, learning backstroke.
What do you enjoy most about swimming?
You have to work to get what you get, and you can't just go in and say, okay, I want to break a world record today, and go out tomorrow and swim in any meet you want to and break a world record. I think it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to get where you want to get, and I think that's saying a lot because you're achieving everything. And I think that's other sports, sometimes you just have a lot of, I guess, natural talent and you can just do anything you want, but in swimming you have to have both.
What's your greatest strength as a swimmer? What do you think is your best swimming quality?
I think I have a few. I love to race, I love to compete, I love, I guess, coming in and training every day. I would say probably what I like best is going in and competing against yourself or the clock or other competitors.
In what area do you think you could improve the most?
Turns are definitely a big thing I need to improve in. My breaststroke I need to improve in.
Yes.
Some specifics, and definitely dive.
When you were a young swimmer and you were swimming on your back in the stroke clinic and not getting your face wet, did you ever think that you might be a world-class swimmer?
You know, it's always been a lifetime dream for me to be a world-class swimmer, be an Olympian, be a world record holder. After, like, I guess, the work that I've put in over the past few years, I think it's sort of starting to pay off.
Who's your favorite sports figure?
I would probably say it's Pablo Morales. I've always looked up to him. I have autographs, shirts, posters hung up in my room, so I think he's probably one of the people that I really look up to just because he was a world record holder, he was Olympic gold medalist, and he was a butterflyer.
Before you race, what do you do to get yourself mentally ready?
I think a lot of different swimmers have different approaches to getting ready. The way that I get ready for a race, I have earphones on, cap and goggles, I'm fully clothed, and I try to block everyone else and whatever they're doing out.
Do you follow a special diet?
I don't really think I follow a special diet. I get all the nutrients that I need. My mom was a foods teacher. She sort of makes sure I have all my vitamins, minerals, fruits, vegetables, everything I really need to have a balanced diet. But I think with the amount of training that I do, I sort of want to just cram in whatever I can besides that.
What's your favorite food?
It's got to be ice cream.
What are your interests away from the pool?
I'm a regular 16-year-old kid. You know, every day I come in, I swim, but out of the pool, I go to my friend's house, my two best friends, Matt and Io. We sit there, play video games, play Xbox, PlayStation 2. Sometimes we'll shoot some hoops, listen to music, go to the movies, go to the mall. Whatever we really feel like doing.
How do you manage to balance schoolwork, training, and your other commitments?
I think you have to sort of be able to set your priorities straight, and once you have that, it's sort of easy to manage your time, and you always have goals for everything.
What are your top priorities?
Family, schoolwork, and swimming.
It's no secret that you plan to expand your event program over the next 4 years. Is the butterfly still your favorite stroke?
I think so, yeah. I think that definitely is our goal over the next few years, to sort of expand and have more opportunities to maybe do something special. And butterfly I think will definitely probably be my favorite stroke of all. It's definitely one of the hardest strokes, and you have to work very, very hard at it.
Now let's take a closer look at Michael's butterfly and the details which make it so fast. There are three main components of Michael's butterfly stroke. First, there's an element of body line or posture. Second is an element of rhythm and timing. And finally, we'll look at energy management and training. Notice that Michael's torso rides high on the surface of the water. His head is carried in a neutral position with a flat neck. The breath is taken with minimal lift of the chin or tilt of the head. This allows him to maintain a proper aquatic body line, which features a high hip position to minimize frontal resistance. Michael's back and torso remain mostly horizontal through all phases of the arm stroke. Excessive vertical motion wastes energy and increases resistance. It is important to realize that at the top ranges of racing speed, minimization of resistance takes priority over increases in propulsive force. Michael's arms move forward with elbows nearly straight and low over the water. He uses the action of the recovery to create forward momentum. Note the careful, soft entry of his hands into the water. They carry little air underwater, and they enter without upsetting the oncoming flow of water, which is created as the body is propelled forward. Michael transitions into the outsweep with minimal loss of velocity and quickly employs a high elbow catch position. His hands accelerate under his torso and sweep out just below his hips. Of special importance is the manner in which Michael releases the water prior to full extension of the elbows. By releasing the water at this point, Michael's hands can cleanly exit the water and get into the above water phase with little loss of velocity.